What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Doctors Gan and Mo. About a week ago, we released a video explaining Joe Biden's potential plan to cancel student loan debt. And just like that, new information emerged from the depths of Congress.
But before we start sharing these thrilling updates that you need to know, if you can be so kind and gingerly tap that like button, it will help out our channel tremendously. And it will give Gan that much needed ego boost that he needs.
In a recent interview, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer suggested that President-elect Joe Biden should provide significant student loan relief within the first 100 days of his presidency through an executive order.
As a matter of fact, Schumer has brought to light a proposal that he has with Warren that the first $50,000 of student loan debt could vanquish. Voila! Just vanquished by a signature from President-elect Joe Biden.
Regardless of all this talk, one party says they want to forgive student loans, the other party says no, and we all stand in the middle. It's all just yappity yap yap. President-elect Joe Biden has not yet issued significant support for such student loan forgiveness, but rather the president-elect has offered to create a program that provides up to $10,000 of undergraduate or graduate student debt relief for every year of national or community service provided for up to 5 years.
According to this proposal, people working in schools, government, and other nonprofit sectors will automatically be enrolled in this forgiveness program. Biden was asked just a few days ago during a press conference where he currently stands when it comes to student loan forgiveness, and whether he would consider using his executive powers to implement student loan forgiveness. And his response was very much in line with his past proposals.
Biden referenced legislation from the House Democrats that was proposed earlier this year in the HEROES Act to cancel student loan debt for up to $10,000. However, in that proposal, the only type of student loan debt relief that would be provided to borrowers would be in contingency to federal student loans. Long story short, Biden has not yet referenced any word, any which way, to cancel student loan debt through executive orders.
The topic of student loan forgiveness is a no-brainer, and it's a hot topic on the political sector, and if addressed appropriately, will alleviate many borrowers from delinquencies and loan defaults.
Therefore, providing a very positive impact for student loan borrowers trying to get their life started. Biden also noted that community college and 2- and 4-year public colleges will be tuition free for those postgraduate students making less than $125,000 a year. But guess what, all you healthcare providers out there? This only applies to undergraduate student loans, not graduate school.
Biden 1, doctors a big fat 0.
But the key to this is that it will only cover educational related expenses and your tuition, not your room and board, not at all.
Biden did also mention that he wants to revamp the public service loan forgiveness program to better manage it, and he proposed shortening the forgiveness period. For instance, bringing that period down from 10 years to 5 years. So there's a lot of information floating and going around when it comes to student loan forgiveness. And if you go into our friend Google and type in Biden student loan forgiveness, you more than likely are going to find some new information, and information that's very different than the one we're covering in this video. And you might be saying to yourself, those two bozos are wrong. But it's not our fault. This information is changing on a daily basis. And if you're still not satisfied with that response, just blame Gan.
But we disclosed all this, so we feel that it's fair if you gingerly tap that like button now. If not, that subscribe button works too. If you want to get crazy, both of them is even better. With nearly 2 months before Joe Biden becomes the next president of the United States of America, and President Trump packs up his U-Haul and gives his keys over to Joe, pundits and economists are clearly eager to influence the president-elect before he even steps foot into his new office. before. They won't even give them a break.
But the clash of student loan forgiveness is not as cut and dry as we portray. When Bernie Sanders proposed a complete student loan forgiveness, critics were quick to exclaim that this only meant a transfer of wealth to the more fortunate, and that student loan forgiveness is not an adequate stimulus. However, when students are shelling out $200, $300, and even some in the thousands, that money could go a long way, especially in today's economy. But at the end of the day, numbers don't lie. And we found a recent October poll that claimed
90% of Americans agree that student loan borrowers have difficulty paying on their student loans. I mean, it is difficult for them to pay for their student loans when their monthly income equates their student loan payment.
81% of those surveyed said that the government should play a bigger role in helping those borrowers repay their student loans.
But 61% did say that student loan borrowers should prioritize making payments on their student loans. Ooh, coming in hot there, aren't we?
Regardless of what side you stand on, the context of student loan forgiveness is undeniably progressive. Either forgive or forget, and it does not seem like anybody is going to be forgetting about these student loans. Higher education is undeniably expensive, and one shouldn't have to go through so much debt in pursuit of higher education. What it comes down to is that education and student loan policies need to be a team approach. That means that government, along with politics, need to be in sync. Just like Gan and I are in sync and we're one team. But until we hear something concrete from the upcoming Biden administration, prepare to start paying off your student loans if you haven't done so already.
The path to student loan forgiveness seems to remain a little unclear, and it's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the coming months when President-elect Joe Biden takes his seat. But the lights are on it. It has not been forgotten. So all we can do is sit back, let's see what happens, and wait for the play to start.
But the one thing you don't have to wait too long for is another update about this topic. And we'll see you next time.